They asked me if we live. I said, oh yeah, we live. Yeah, we live. Come on, fly now. I'm gonna get that, get one on this end. And then more thing, get a joke or something. Like we a joke.
Got it there. First lick. Hang out of there.
There you go.
Shipping to the lake.
Coming straight to the lake. Like man, this one here, pressure. Pressure all the way.
There you go.
Shalom, shalom, Mop. Shalom. First one in the chat, ain't you?
That tab.
I don't pray you. Excuse me, man. Well, let me tell you something. I don't know who came up with this combination. It's one of those, though. Set it to the side before I be drinking it again. How your week been so far? How your week been? One more time.
That's why I ain't want to even touch it. When I bring it out.
I know it. Shalom, Mop.
Shalom.
I'm from Minnesota, man.
See you, man.
Good, man. How your week been going, Not? We up in here, in the building. The name of the class tonight is called Smitten with Madness, man. We finna get ready to go into that mud. Called Smitten with Madness, man. That's why we gotta keep them prayers up, man, for real.
Yeah.
I said, man, we've been sick, hurting, and old. Shalom, Princess, the key. Y'all give me a second.
Ain't nothing wrong with being old. Old just stands for outliving dummies. Outliving distraction. Somebody will put what you smoking. Someone see what you smoking.
Some incense. You want to know I'm smoking? That's what we smoking.
Big frankincense, big myrrh.
Big frankincense.
Big myrrh.
Well, without further ado, I'll praise to the Most High, man. You brothers and sisters tuning in, man.
God. Mary Houston, yeah.
Shalom, shalom. House of Daniel. Shalom, Gadites. Sister Princess Coco. First precept we going into tonight. We going into Smitten with Madness, man, and Blindness of heart. I know it's gonna be a touchy subject tonight, but we're gonna deal with it though. All right. Tell them, man, we ain't smoking, but we want to smoke though.
But it said he apologized.
That's all good.
Shalom, Sister Brittany, y'all. Is that everybody?
That's
Sister Mary Houston.
I got it out.
Come.
First precept we going to Deuteronomy chapter 28, man. Going into what we finna break down today. Deuteronomy chapter 28. And verse 28.
The book of Deuteronomy. chapter 28, verse 28.
Uh-huh.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
So this is a curse that the Lord said he's going to put up on us. He said the Lord going to smite us with madness, right? Read.
And blindness.
And blindness, read.
And astonishment of heart.
And astonishment of heart. So these are the curses that the Lord said he literally going to be putting on the children of Israel, man. Man, you got to think. The only way why the Lord would do this because we pissed him off. Watch this. Go to Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 9 right quick. We coming back. Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 9. I know a lot of time, brothers, I know they be saying, man, I be drinking a lot of stuff on camera, man. But I do drink a lot of stuff on camera. You gotta stay hydrated, man.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 9. And it shall come to pass, at that day, saith the Lord, that the heart of the king shall perish.
He said, the heart of the king shall perish, read.
And the heart of the princes. And the priests shall be astonished.
They shall be astonished, read.
And the prophet shall wonder.
And the prophet's gonna wonder, read on.
Then said I, Lord God, surely thou hast greatly deceived this people.
Right, read.
And Jerusalem, saying, ye shall have peace, whereas the sword reaches into the soul.
So this is why the Lord says it's gonna be astonishment, man. Right? This gonna be an astonishing thing that the Lord gonna be putting on the children of Israel, man. Right? Because we refuse to hearken to the Lord, and so the Lord put this thing on us, man, which is called a curse, man. Right? So when the Lord put that curse on us, man, there ain't nothing we can do to shake it. Right? I mean, it be where it's at, man. Because we truly messed up with the Lord, man. Let's go back to Deuteronomy, man, chapter 28, man.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 28 from the top. The Lord shall smite thee with madness, and blindness, and astonishment of heart.
And astonishment of heart, man. And you see, this shows what the astonishment of heart is, man. That we done got deceived, right? A whole world of people that's been deceived. This is astonishment of heart, right? To look at us and say, hey, we niggas and Gentiles and we all kind of bywords. That's an astonishment of heart. I mean, we got deceived, right? That's what the Lord telling about astonishment, how we astonishment. That's why all the nations look at us like, dang, y'all supposed to be God's chosen people. Now, who the hell is y'all, right? Y'all don't know who y'all are. That's what they, you ain't never heard Edomite tell you, you don't even know who you are. Why? Because they know who you are, right? That's why they do that, man, right? Read the next verse.
Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
So what it said, the blind groping in darkness. What does that mean? What does that mean? What do you think that means?
They don't know who they is. They just out here just...
That's the astonishing part. Well, but the blind groping in darkness.
They just reaching pretty much for any doctrine that they can grab hold to.
It said it should be groping in noonday is a blind groping in darkness. Watch this. Let's get what that means. Let's go. Let's go to Zephaniah. Yeah, Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 17.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 17. And I will bring distress upon men.
So the Lord said, I'm going to bring distress upon men, read.
That they shall walk like blind men.
Because they shall walk like blind men, read.
Because they have sinned against the Lord.
So the only way that you can be blind is that blindness goes into what? Sin. This is what blindness, in this context, blindness goes into sin, right? Because every blindness that you see in the scripture is not saying it, but in the Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29, when it's talking about you should be groping in noonday is the blind, these is going into people that's going into sin, right? So that's why you see it in that context like that, right? Read 17 out.
because they have sinned against the Lord.
Right, read.
And their blood shall be poured out as dust.
Right, so he said, the Lord said, so our blood be poured out as dust, read.
And their flesh as dung.
And this is what happened, man, when we walking in sin, man. Right? Even the disciples knew, guess what, that being blind was a sin. Watch this, go to John chapter 9. These right here should line up precept upon precept when you go in and try to get a good answer of what blindness is, right?
John 9 and...
We're going to start from the top.
The book of John, chapter 9, verse 1. And as Yahushua passed by, he saw a man which was blind from his birth.
Right, so the Lord said, man, so they seen a man which was blind from his birth, right? Read it.
And his disciple asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents?
So they asked him, who sinned, this man or his parents? Because they knew that blind means what? Sin. Right? So this is one of the way that Christ magnified the law, right? To give them a better understanding of what God means when he say certain things, right? But read.
That he was born blind.
That he was born blind, read.
Yahushua answered, neither have this man sinned.
Right? He said, no, this man did not sin, right? Just because he was blind don't mean that he was sinning. Right? That gives you a better understanding on how Christ, like you say, magnifying the law, right? Read.
Neither this man has sinned, nor his parents.
Nor his parents, read.
But that the works of God should be made manifest in him.
He said that the works of God should be made manifest in him, right? So this man was just blind because the Lord wanted to show his works, right? So they giving you a better understanding. All understanding of being blind in the Bible does not mean that somebody was in sin, right? Let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28, man. Right?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
Right? Guess what? And y'all already know to walk in darkness. Right? Walk in darkness is what?
Walking in sin.
It's walking in sin, man. And we already understand that. He says walking in darkness. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 8.
You wanted to go to
Isaiah chapter 8.
All right, got you.
We're going to start at verse 19.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 19.
Yeah.
And when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirit.
Right? Because this is something that we're going to be dealing with. Because sometimes people, they be walking in darkness, they seek unto themselves a person with a familiar spirit. Meaning what? What does a familiar spirit do? Right? These familiar spirits, get what they do. This is like a wizard type of spirit, but a familiar spirit, guess what? They seek who that's gonna be agreements with them. Think about why I say familiar, right? Because it's familiar because guess what? People okay. You in agreements with me. Hey, I can talk to you. Right? It's something that we're going to start dealing with, man, because a lot of time people be in this truth, they ass being smooth. I'm talking about being straight sin. And guess what? People that's in sin, they look for other people that's in sin to try to pull them in, man. Because they might be further along down the road, right? And here you come, you getting pulled right along with them, right? But read.
And unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God?
So and it's asking the question, should not a people seek unto their God? Read.
For the living to the dead.
Right? For the living to the dead. Damn, that's pretty tough, right? Read.
To the law and to the testimony.
So the Lord said to the law and to the testimony. Read.
If they speak not according to this word.
If you don't speak according to the Lord's word, read.
It is because there is no light in them.
That's why people grope in the noonday in darkness. Like a blind man. Right? And so the Lord said, it's to the law and to the testimony, man. It's two witnesses, man. Right? To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, the Lord said there's no light in them, man.
Good.
Shalom to the Hebrews and Hebrews, man, that we didn't call out in the chat, but shalom to y'all, man. Right? And this is something that we need to be trying to wrap our mind around, because guess what? This is something that we have to deal with in Israel, man. Right? That's a law. That's a law. That's a law. About wizards and familiar spirits. Let's get that in Leviticus, man, chapter 19.
Okay.
I think it's like 31, 32, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, 31.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 31. Regard them not that have familiar spirits.
So the Lord said, don't go to people that have familiar spirits, meaning the people that's in sin. Guess what? What does a wizard do? Wizard try to make a magic trick, right?
God.
To try to pull a person in, right? That's what wizards do. They want to show themselves like a magic trick to make themselves seem like they got a lot of, no, man. No. There's a lot of people in this truth try to make themselves seem as if they have a lot of knowledge, and they really don't. They just be puffed up. All right? They be puffed up knowledge, man. Because a lot of times you think if a brother was or a sister was further ahead in this truth, well, if you see if a person in this truth is this not trying to build or not trying to grow, you'll see it on them. But if a person in this truth that is trying to build and grow, you'll see that on them too. Right? It's both sides of the spectrum. It's not just one side, but it's both sides of it, man. Right? Read that again.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 31 from the top. Regard not them that have familiar spirits.
So the Lord said, regard not them that have familiar spirits. Read.
Neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them.
Because guess what? When you see a brother or sister that got a familiar spirit, the Lord said these spirits defile you. That's why the Lord make it plain. Don't seek after them, man, because these people literally defile you, man. Right? Meaning what? They spirit jump onto you. Right? Man, you can't say it no plainer, man. Right? Because brothers and sisters, we deal with people every day that don't know how to get away from people with a familiar spirit. If I know I'm in my job and I'm dealing with a person that all the time he pulling me out the spirit, that ain't something I need to be dealing with. Because guess what? He's saying everything that I like to hear just to get me to tune in to him. Or she's saying everything I like just to no, these are familiar spirits that'll pull you into this thing, man. Now, the Lord told us no. Right? He make it plain to us, man, that what he wanted us to do. Because it's some people, what you think what happened with Saul when he dealt with the familiar spirit? What happened to him? Go to 1 Samuel, man.
You want me to finish the last part?
You finish it out.
I am the Lord your God.
He said, I am the Lord your God, man. Guess what happened? When Saul couldn't get nobody to agree with him, nobody wanted to follow what Saul doing, what happened? He wanted to go get a familiar spirit, man. And this is what people do in this truth. When they can't get another brother to agree with them, or sister can't get another sister to agree with them, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna get a person with a familiar spirit, a person that's gonna agree with the bull crap that they're doing, man. Let's go to 1 Samuel, man, chapter 28, man. Start at verse 3.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 28, verse 3. Now Samuel was dead.
Right.
And all Israel had lamented him and buried him in Ramah.
In Ramah, read.
Even in his own city.
Right, read on.
And Saul had put away those that had familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land.
Now think about that. Saul put away these familiar spirits, man. Think about that, man. A person that was once, meaning what? Saul was in the right spirit. Right? At this time, he was in the right spirit. He was putting those familiar spirits away. Right? He was, the familiar spirits and the wizards, he was putting them out the land, man. Meaning what? Saul was in the right spirit, man, at this time, man. So, of a person, meaning that, guess what? A person in this truth, sometimes they can have the right spirit on them too. But sometimes when you looking at a person in their face, like just really looking at a person, look, we judge so much about the outward appearance of a person, right? We judge so much about, hey, this is my brother or this is my sister. Dang, man, I know they can't be doing it. Yes, they can be doing it. Anybody, I can go off, right? Anybody can go off, right? So when he couldn't find, so at this point he was putting away familiar spirits, right? I need the part. I think I'm right here, same chapter.
Yeah, you go to verse 7. You're looking for the witch to help him.
Right.
Yeah.
So he once putting away. Jump down to verse 7. That's it.
Yeah. The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 28, verse 7. Then said Saul unto his servants, seek me a woman that have a familiar spirit.
So now he went from seeking a woman that had familiar. He went from putting out the people that had familiar spirits to now finding a person that has familiar spirit. Right?
God. That I may go to her and inquire of her.
Right, read.
And his servant said to him, behold, there is a woman that hath a familiar spirit at Endor.
So, think about this. I want brothers and sisters to pay attention. Pay attention to how these things is read. Look. These is the same servants. Watch this. Yeah, you know where I'm going, right? Where I'm going.
If the king is wicked, so is the servant.
Well, that is a good precept.
Yeah, because
Proverbs 29 and 12. Let's go get that. Proverbs 29 and 12. That's a good precept, huh?
So they were just telling him he had a wicked spirit on,
Right?
right?
That's what you see. You see how it lining up, right? Right.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked.
So he said, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants is wicked. Right? So meaning what? That means the people that he's trying to lead, I mean everybody upon him, that means he's wicked. Right? We dealing with Saul's servant right now, right? Go to 1 Samuel chapter 16. Right? Start at verse 14.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 14. But the spirit of the Lord departed from Saul.
Right.
And an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him.
So when the spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, the evil spirit did what? Troubled him. Right? Read verse 15.
And Saul's servant said unto him,
what he say?
behold, now an evil spirit from God troubleth thee.
So the servants once was, guess what? They wasn't wicked either at first. But we went from a servant, right? We went from that servant that was trying to help Saul, telling him, hey, Saul, you got an evil spirit on you, man. Right? And we trying to, hey, Go get a person that can play the harp, man, or go play an instrument that we can play this music to get this spirit off of you, huh? Right? This is Saul's servant literally talking to them. But when we jumping back over to 1 Samuel chapter 28. We're gonna start at verse 7 again. Now Saul didn't change servants all of a sudden because we got a disposition of time. He still got the same servants. But guess what they've been watching? From the disposition of time, they watch Saul get worse and worse and worse. Y'all understand it? They watch Saul get worse and worse and worse. And this is what we try to tell brothers and sisters, man. Look, when you dealing with people in the congregation and when the leadership tell y'all to back off and get away, why do you think we say that? Scriptures are the plainest things in the world to interpret, but when you don't listen, guess what? And hearkening to what people telling you, this is what's gonna happen, right? That same person becomes what? Become your ruler. And guess what? Now you hearkening to lies just like they once are. Just like they are now. Right? Verse 7. The
book of 1 Samuel, chapter 28, verse 7 from the top. Then said Saul unto his servants.
This is Saul asking his servants. Now, think about, he just ran all the people that have familiar spirits. He ran all of them off. Right? If he ran all of them off, that meaning, guess what? He didn't. The Lord. He knew the Lord didn't want that in the land.
God.
But it just what? But when that evil spirit was on him, guess what happened to him? Read on.
That I may go to her and inquire of her.
And inquire of her, read.
And his servant said unto him.
And his servant said unto him, read.
Behold, there is a woman that have a familiar spirit at indoor.
You see that?
Yeah.
The same servants that told him, hey, you got an evil spirit trouble you. Hey, Saul, do this to get this spirit off of you.
God.
Now, he going, guess what? Saul knew that he can go to his servants. Why? Because guess what? The ruler started hearkening to lies. Guess what happened? His servants started hearkening to lies too. God. To the point now they drawing them in. Now he telling him where to go get the damn witch. He will now. The people that was once around you now these the same people that's gonna try to pull you in. Come on, man. We got to start making these things make sense. Don't let the people around you pull you into the same. If you see if they got bull crap going, that's why it's pivotal that you get away from around the people sometime when they going through this stuff. Let a disposition of time go by so you can see what's going on, man. Because a lot of time people don't let that disposition of time go on to see what's going on. Guess what? They want to just stay in the mix because you want to hear some new thing because you got them itching ass ears, man. Right? But if a brother or sister didn't have them itching ass ears, they'll back off and really check it out, man. Right? We ain't sitting up here, like you said, we ain't sitting up here doing this shit for our health, man. We trying to build with brothers and sisters and get brothers and sisters built up in this truth, man. Right? But read it up.
Verse 8. And Saul disguised himself.
So now, guess what? You see this? He had to disguise himself. Why all of a sudden the king, Saul was a damn king, trying to disguise himself, man.
That's serious.
This is how spirits do. They go from once had all this big glory, now you disguising yourself as a common man. You can't disguise yourself as a common man. No matter what, guess what? You might be walking in darkness, but that light still shining on your ass. God. They still see the light on you. You can't see the light on you because guess what? You groping at noonday. The Lord sent that paperwork through, man. You was hey, the cake is already baked. Right?
God.
But you can't see it. Why? Because that's a reprobated spirit. Right?
God.
But let's read on,
And put on other remnant.
So he put on other raiments. He took off the royal raiment. Now he put on regular clothes.
Took his fringes off.
Right?
Crazy.
That's tough, man.
So
right?
He didn't even realize he was sinning. That's crazy.
You see how it go?
Yeah.
Watch it, read it.
And he went and 2 men with him, and they came to the woman by night.
Right, read on.
And he said, I pray thee, divine unto me by the familiar spirit, and bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee.
So now, we in the middle of this mess, man. You got Saul. He got all this wickedness going, man.
Yeah.
And it's sad, man. This is a sad account for a brother, man. Right? You going mighty. Right?
God.
Mighty. But then all of a sudden you took out the royal arraignment to step back into the world like, hey, man, we're going to deal with it, man. Let's read it.
Verse 9. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul hath done, how he have cut off those that have familiar spirits.
So guess what? You see how they say? Because people it's not for to forget that you had the light on you.
God.
Guess what? When a person go into sin, guess what? They'll forget they got the light. The other people ain't forgot that you once walk around in the light. They don't forget that. These things don't go away. And people be trying to make these things go away by overnight, and it's not gonna happen.
God.
They literally gonna watch you. Get what? These people literally watch you, man. They like, man, and get what she gonna do? She gonna test him to see if he real. To see if he really want it. Because guess what? She didn't want to be to see if he gonna really. She didn't want to see. She want to see if he really gonna do it. Because if she show her skills, that familiar spirit, she didn't want to be put to death. Because Saul already made the decree. Right? But read.
Out of the land. Wherefore then layest thou a snare for my life,
Right?
to cause me to die.
So she said, no, I ain't finna tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Because you ain't finna let a snare for me to cause me to die. Because she didn't want to quit her wickedness. Hell no, she wasn't going to do it, right? But read.
And Saul swore to her by the Lord.
So the swap, you see this, man?
Boy, he is awesome.
This dude said, I swear to God, man.
Oh, man.
This dude say, he swear to her by the Lord, what?
Saying, as the Lord liveth, there shall no punishment happen to thee for this thing.
So guess what? God damn. The Lord, he going against the Lord's rules.
Yeah.
Right? Saying ain't nothing going, he said, I swear to God, ain't nothing going to happen to you if you do this for me. Right? And this is what sometimes brothers and sisters do in the truth. We, get what? Brother, just tell me, brother. Just please just tell me. Or just talk to me, sister. Just talk to me. Man, ain't nothing going to happen to you, man. Look. Go to Jeremiah 2 and 33 right quick, man. We going back. Let's see what they say.
You said Jeremiah 2?
Chapter 2, verse 33. Let's see what they say.
The book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah 2 and 33. Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love?
So he said, why trimmest thou ways to seek love? Read.
Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
So guess what? Why trimmest your ways to seek love? And have you taught the wicked ones to do that? That's a heavy statement, man.
God.
Right? That's a heavy statement, man. Right?
That's what Hezekiah did.
He taught not just that, but you taught the wicked one. This is folly and madness, man.
God.
Right?
That's what Ahab did.
This is folly and madness, man.
Jezebel's son. Dang, that's what he did.
Right? That meaning what? Saul's heart was on the left-hand side. He was on the right-hand side of the Lord, but now he's on the left. Look, this is tough, man. Just to even deal with that, man.
Go to read it again.
No, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 12 right quick.
All right. 10 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, verse 12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious.
So the words of a wise man's mouth is gracious, but read on.
But the lips of a fool will swallow up himself.
So, cause guess what? And he didn't do nothing but he did that to himself. Right? Watch this read.
Verse 13. The beginning of the words of his mouth is foolishness.
Why you think say, I swear to God, ain't nothing gonna happen? Beginning of the words of his mouth was straight foolishness, man. Read.
And the end of his talk is mischievous madness.
This is what is going on. That's why Saul got smitten with madness, man. Right? He got straight smitten with madness, man. Right? Read it.
Verse 14. A fool also is full of words.
Guess why he wasn't bringing precept upon precept? He was uttering his own damn words, telling, hey, the Lord ain't gonna do nothing to you, man. You just do this for me. Right? Read.
A man cannot tell what shall be.
Right? Read on.
And what shall be after him. Who can tell him?
Who can tell?
Boy, that drug hit serious.
Think about this. Nobody can tell what's going to be after that man. You don't know what's coming later. That's why we tell brothers and sisters, back your ass up, because you really don't know what's finna come. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
He tried to put himself on the Most High.
Boy, look. And that's what people try to do.
That's crazy.
When you take it upon yourself to do what you want to do, you putting yourself on the level with the Most High, man. Right? Watch you read, Doc.
Verse 15. The labor of the foolish wearieth every one of them, because he knoweth not how to go to the city.
Right, because he know not. Meaning what? He don't know his direction anymore, man. His direction is gone. That's why he don't know how he can go to the city, because his direction is full gone, man. He can't go into the city no more. He don't know nothing no more, man.
Come. That's smitten with madness.
Man, I'm talking about this just straight up smitten with madness, man. Right? Let's go back, man.
We're going back to 1 Samuel.
Yeah, chapter 28.
We are at
Verse
11.
Verse 11.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 28, verse 11. Then said the woman, whom shall I bring up unto thee? And he said, bring me up Samuel.
Now, this woman looking at him like, God dang it. Why did you have to say his damn name, man? Right? What do you think? Man, look, these spirits is out here to test us, man. To see if we gonna do it right or do it wrong. Don't y'all know we out here? Do y'all know? I'm gonna help y'all out. Do y'all know that the Lord is testing everybody? With who? He ain't testing you with something that you know. Guess who he testing you with? Other Israelites. Wasn't it? I was like, oh wait. That's cool. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know we drink this sweet tea, man. With the lemon in it. Red diamond in the back, sunroof top. Just in case y'all know y'all, hey, man, you know, shout out to y'all, man. You know, sometimes y'all supposed to be leaving this sweet tea in here. We just throwing it out there. Hey, you know, Monday, man, we need to call Monday sipping tea, because we be sipping tea on this Monday, man. Hey, for real.
Delicious to my stomach.
For real. So the woman, he asked that woman to bring up Saul, right?
Samuel.
Salaki. Saul asked that woman to bring up Samuel. Verse 12.
Verse 12. And when the woman saw Samuel, she cried with a loud voice. And the woman spake to Saul, saying, why hast thou deceived me? For thou art Saul.
You see this? Do y'all see this? Because when you dealing with people that have these familiar spirits, when you dealing with people that have these familiar spirits, these people try to deceive you, man. Right? Yeah. Saul knew that this woman dealt in familiar spirits, so guess what? He tried to deceive her to get what he want, man.
God.
Right? He already knew she was wicked. He just wanted her to use her wickedness to get his answer.
God.
Right? God. So guess what? When these familiar spirits get what they do, they see wickedness on you, and they think they can get some answers out of you.
God.
That's what the wicked do. They try to use their deception to get the wicked, because they see the wickedness in you to get you to pull you. Yeah, I know you. I better, brothers and sisters, better hope you can see scriptures. Yeah. If you can't pay attention to how scriptures read, then, hey, sometimes, guess what? It's plain to the holy, but it's a stumbling block to the wicked, man. Right? Read it out.
Verse 13. And the king said unto her, be not afraid, for what sawest thou? And the woman said unto Saul,
what he say?
I saw gods ascending out of the earth.
So he said, I seen gods ascending out of the earth. This woman didn't want to see that. She wanted to do these evil works, man. She didn't want to do no God's work for sure.
God.
Right? But read it.
And he said unto her, what form is he of? And she said, an old man cometh up, and he is covered with a mantle. And Saul perceived that it was Samuel. And he stooped with his face to the ground and bowed himself.
You see, I'm gonna tell you, brothers and sisters, man. I hope y'all can really see how this thing is going. When a brother or a sister, say for instance, they leave this truth, they really think that they still be doing it the right way. Why do you think Saul, when he seen Samuel, he tried to bow his face to the ground to try to show his humbleness? Why do you think he did that? Because he still understands what the Lord wants. He just not doing what the Lord told him to do, man. He just want to pick and choose to do how he want to do. And this is what the madness come in. Yeah. This is what the folly come in at, man, right? Because people pick and choose. They just like to pick and choose what they want to do, and it don't work that way, man. It just don't work that way. It'll never work that way, man. Right? Read on.
Verse 15. And Samuel said to Saul, why hast thou disquieted me?
He said, why hast thou disquieted me? Read.
To bring me up. And Saul answered, I am sore distressed.
He said he's sore distressed is why he brought him up, man. Read.
For the Philistines make war against me, and God is departed from me.
Right, so guess what? Meaning, guess what? He got trouble in his life. Meaning he going through something. Right? Who put that trouble in his life?
God.
Right? He wanted the trouble, man. Right?
God.
Read.
And answers me no more.
So nobody would talk to him. Why you think we say you got to cut brothers off? Why you think we say we got to cut sisters? Why you think it's happened like this? We got to see which way the spirit's gonna go. Cause we don't know if the spirit gonna go the right way or they gonna go the wrong way. We got when we make a decree, guess what? We have to then go into the scriptures and back up what we say. We cannot just go and just tell the congregation anything we want. We got to go into the scriptures and back up why we say these things, man. Right? This is plain why we say it.
God.
Right? But watch this, read it.
And answers me no more.
And because nobody will answer. Why? Because the Lord gave the decree to do what? Leave Saul ass alone. And so what everybody do? The prophets, guess what? It said the prophets and nobody else will talk to them.
God.
Because the Lord sent the decree out.
God.
This is plain, man. You know, we got to start making it plain, man. Watch it read.
Neither by prophets nor by dreams. Therefore, I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do.
So guess what? That's why a person with a familiar spirit, what they doing? They trying to find the one. They need somebody to talk to. Especially after they done did it the wrong way. They need that. They need somebody to talk to see what they gonna say. They need that. No, man, you got to make sure you get yourself in the right spirit.
Because he was performing necromancy at that point.
Right? You up here talking to the dead, meaning you talking to somebody that ain't got no light in them, man. It said to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, that means there is no light in them. That means if they don't speak to God's words, they got no light in them. Right? But read,
Verse 16. Then said Samuel, wherefore then dost thou ask of me? Seeing the Lord is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy.
So guess what? When the spirit that we see, sometimes, guess what? The Lord becomes people's enemy. When you see nobody's dealing with you, why do you think all of a sudden people just get the decree just like, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Should be where it's at, man. Right? Oh, it be like this. This is, you know, well, this is the woman you gave me. That's what Adam said. Adam said, that's that woman you gave me. Watch this. Let's deal with that right quick, though. I'm going to show y'all something right quick. Go to Sirach chapter 26. This is why, we're going to show you why this is in there. Because it's something for myself, even. I had to kind of, you know, check my spirit on certain things. You know what I mean? Because sometimes if you're not making a checks and balances on yourself and you're not trying to get a better understanding, guess what? In marriages and different stuff that people go through in their life, you're going to go through something, man. Don't think in your mind that you ain't going to never go through one and you the only one. You the only one going through it, though. You the only one. Man, get the hell out of here, man. You're not the only damn one going through this, man. Right? Go to Sirach 26, verse 23.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
Why is this in the Bible? What does that mean to brothers? What does that mean to you? I want to see if you get it. Because we're gonna break it down and see if people got it. What does that mean? Put it in the chat what it means. I'm going to give y'all a little time because I really want to know. Hey, what does that mean?
You want me to let him answer the chat?
You can answer too. Anybody can answer.
You get what you worth.
Mm.
You get what you worth, man.
Boy, I'm talking about. But look here. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Because the Lord
Yeah.
the one who giveth to make it rich. So
Boy, look here. Hey, the Lord said a wicked woman is giving a portion to the evil for an evil spirit. Look here. Boy, but look here. Boy, how's he hood on fire, man? That's right. People, they attract who they are. This is why you a portion of a wicked woman. A wicked woman is a portion of a wicked man because you attract who you are. Right? That's what you do. You attract who you are. Right? And if any kind of sin that's in you, guess what? That's why you got to put checks and balances on this thing. This is the precept where this is where the precept where it come from, man. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, chapter 9. In verse 9.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of the life of the...
Let's read that
Live
again.
joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of the life of thy vanity.
Of thy vanity, read.
Which he has given thee under the sun, all the days of thy vanity.
Right, read.
For that is thy portion in this life.
This is your portion in this life. Right, read.
And in thy labor which thou takest under the sun.
So guess what? That's why it says a wicked woman is giving a portion to a wicked man, because whatever your portion is, that's the portion you got to deal with, man. I had to, you know, when you lack understanding, you don't know why that thing happens, man. That's your portion, man. That's why everybody going through what they going through. Guess what, man? And I had to look, guess what? I had to look myself in the mirror as a man, man. Like, you know what? That's my portion.
Good.
That's my lot. I got to deal with my lot.
Good.
Right? This is why I say this is the precept for that, man. This is our portion that we get, man.
Good.
Right? This is the portion that we get. But hey, all praise to the Most High that you even got a portion.
Hallelujah.
Some people don't even get a portion. You know, some people get a grave. Some people get a jail cell, man. Right?
I tell you.
Right?
That's tough right there.
That mug is tough, man. Just to deal with it.
Good.
Right? Just to deal with it. That is tough, man. Watch this. What I want to deal with, man. I want to deal with. Let's go to Mark chapter 4, man. Mark chapter 5, so like. So when a person dealing with that, guess what? We got to make sure it's plain. That's your lot. Guess what? My lot is my lot. And I'm thankful for it. I got to deal with it, man. Whatever the Lord seems fit, that's what I got to work with, man. I got to work with what I got, man.
God.
Right? And I'm thankful for what I got, too. Right? Got to be thankful for that thing, man. Because, hey, and I don't care who you are in this truth, man. You can lose your way, man. You can use your way. You can lose it. Right? Read that.
What verse is you
Start from the top.
The book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And they came over unto the other side of the sea,
Right?
into the country of the Gadarenes.
Gadareans, right?
Right? And when he was...
What you know what that is?
The Gadareans?
Yeah.
The Gadites.
The Gadites.
Yeah.
Right? So when you see the Gadareans, that's the Gadites. They came into the country of the Gadites. Read.
So was that the isles of the Gentiles back from there? Where it had like Zebulon?
Yeah, this is one of them.
Come on. All right, all praise. Verse 2. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit.
So that meaning this man was what? Possessed, living in where?
In a graveyard. I guess.
He lived in the graveyard. This man was possessed. He was smitten with madness. He lived in the graveyard, right?
God.
Read.
Verse 3, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him. No, not with chains.
Say no man could bind him, not even with chain. That mean this dude was a fool, man.
God.
Right? You run up on him, man, get your ass, hey, he'll do something about you, man. Right? I'm trying to tell you, right? Read it.
Because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him.
Right? This man, guess what? He was not just a cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. This man was strong, man. Like this, hey.
Smoker strong.
Man, this man was strong. No man, he said no man can bind this man, man. No man. All right? Man, he had a spirit on him bad, right? Read.
Verse 5. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones.
Right? So, just think about it, man. Think about this. Think about this. That's why we don't know the end of nobody, man. Right? What the Lord say better is the end of things. Why the Lord say better is the end of things? Because you can know what's the end result of whatever's going on. That's why the Lord say better is the end of things. Right? But this man right here was cutting himself up. Right? This man right here, he was gone, man. Like those spirits had him bad. Right? But read it.
Verse 6. But when he saw Yahushua afar off, he ran and worshipped him.
Guess what? No man could tame him. But when he seen the king, though. When he seen the king. But you got to show some respect, man. I don't give a damn what kind of spirit on him. If just think about, the Lord said, greater works that I do, that you will do. So when these people know, when they coming around us, and they talking to us, they should know, like, look, yeah, when you talk to me, you're going to have to deal with something, right? You're going to have to deal with something. Because, no, you can't live here, man. That spirit that you got on, no, it's not going to fly with me, man. Right? Does that spirit know you ain't going to play with them? Guess what's going to happen? That spirit going to straighten up or they going to get away from around you, man. That's what you got to do with it. You got to do that. You literally have to do that. If you don't do that, you will lose that. But read it.
Verse 7. And cried with a loud voice and said, what have I to do with thee, Yahushua, thou son of the Most High God? I adjure thee by God, that thou torment me not.
So he begged. Look at this. Look at this. Guess what? That spirit that was within that man, this strong man that be breaking chains, feathers into pieces, seeing Christ. And he screaming with a loud voice like, damn. That's why you know Christ, guess what? Christ already knew the spirit on him. But the disciples around him can see that this man had an evil spirit when he seen the man, when they seen how that man speaking to Christ, man. But look how Christ handling him, man. Read.
Verse 8. For he said unto him, come out of the man, thou unclean spirit.
You see how they're saying? So when a person smitten with madness, what do? You talk to that spirit within them. You don't give them an ear to say nothing to. Look, how the hell we gonna help each other, man? How the hell we gonna help each other, man? We gonna let spirits just stay on brothers and sisters, man? Oh, no, we can't let spirits stay on brothers and sisters. We got to hit them where it hurt, man. Guess what? If this spirit is strong, it's too strong, strong for you, just like the disciples, they had a spirit that was too strong for them. And they had to go, when they had a spirit around them that was too strong for them, what did they go?
Had to go to the Lord.
They went to Christ. They had to go to the Son of God to get the answer because that spirit was too strong for them to be around. Right? Read,
Verse 9. And he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many.
Right? He said, what is your name? Because some brothers and sisters thinking that the Lord is working with them. And they got a legion on them, man. Right? Guess what? I'm going to tell you something. What's so funny about this legion spirit that be on brothers and sisters, guess what? Brothers be like, man, ooh, I can see spirits and I can see this and I can see that. Yeah, you might can see spirits. Guess why? Because that legion right there, that legion seen Christ. That legion seen Christ, and he knew the spirit on Christ. Yeah, that's why you can see spirits. Every brother and sister thinking, oh man, you know, there's so many brothers and sisters. Oh man, God don't play about me. God, the Most High, don't play about me, not me. No, he don't play about me. Yeah, brother, you got this strong ass demon on you, bro. I'm talking about you got this strong ass demon on you, brother. Talking about the Lord don't play about you, man. Hey, you better shake that spirit on you, man. Right?
Verse 10. And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country.
Right, read.
Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding.
So guess what? That legion didn't want to be sent out of the country. So the Lord looked at him and he said, okay, you don't want to go out of the country? Because guess what? Now this legion is basically trying to proposition the king.
God.
These are spirits that be on brothers and sisters to be trying to proposition brothers and sisters to try to get them to, hey, I need you to stay right here what I want you to do. Hey, just do this for me. No. Let's do the Lord's work, my boy.
God.
Let's do the Lord's work.
God. Real talk.
So Christ looking at him, okay, you don't want to leave the country? Watch this, read it.
Verse 12. And all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine.
So they said, hey, you know what, Lord? Please, just send us into the swine, right? Read.
That we may enter into them. And forthwith Yahushua gave them leave. And the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine. And the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. And they were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea.
So guess what? Think about this, brothers and sisters. This man that was mad, had this madness, and he was smitten. I want you brothers and sisters to pay attention to this. 2,000. One person. 2,000. Look here, man. I don't think people really understand this shit, man.
Yes, sir.
I don't really think people really understand this. 2,000 spirits was on this brother. Brothers got to pay attention to this, man. Why do you think that? That's like sisters, that's a lot. 2,000 spirits on you. What do y'all think happened when a person is reprobated? You got more spirits on you than you can contain. That means hey, that's them spirits in you. It done took over your body. Meaning you're not the same person anymore. Right? You're not the same person anymore.
That's crazy.
Right? And this is what happened to the man. He had 2,000 spirits. He had so many spirits on him to the point he couldn't fight them all off. It's way more of them than it is of us. Right?
Good.
Right?
Good. Verse 14. And they that fed the swine fled and told it in the city and in the country. And they went out to see what it was that was done.
Right, read.
And they came to Yahushua and see him that was possessed with the devil and had the legion sitting and clothed and in his right mind, and they were afraid.
You see this? They were feeding the swine. Right? They were feeding the swine. They ran in against the people. And guess what? They seen how Christ, staying in the right spirit, did what? He didn't give in to what was going on with this man. Even if all the questions that he was trying to get Christ, man, don't let us leave out of the city. We don't want to go there. Christ said, okay then. I'm going to kill that spirit right here. Yeah. You ain't got to leave out of the city. I'm going to kill that spirit right here. Right? And this is somehow we got to be thinking, man. We really got to be thinking. Because guess what? Everybody want to be the one right now to do it. I want to be that one right now. I want to be the one. Let me be that one. I got the information. I'm precept king. I got this. You know what I'm saying? I'm reading the Bible. I'm studied up. I don't give a damn how many precepts somebody know. If your spirit ain't right, your spirit just ain't right, man. It just ain't right, man. It just, I don't care if it's me or anybody else. Your spirit ain't good and it's just not good. All right? This ain't no damn. I learned all these precepts today, and then look here, man. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 9 right quick, man. Got to get our spirit built up, man. Anytime we trying to get ourselves to get in a better frame of mind, we always got to get ourselves in a better frame of mind to be thus said the Lord. Who's sitting in this earth and not trying to be thus said the Lord, right? Even, guess what? We forgive. Guess what? The sinners forgive too, right? We give charity. The sinners give charity too. We forgive people. The sinners forgive people too. What makes the difference between us and them? Come on, brothers and sisters, man. We got to start thinking. Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift.
Right? Because this is what it's saying plain. This race ain't for no swift. This is not a swift race. This is not a swift race, man. Because we running. Look. When I first got into this truth, man. Every position that could be done, I wanted to do it. Pick me. Every position, pick me. Good. Oh, man, you don't want to teach? Nah, I want to do the jobs. Give me the jobs. Right? I knew teachers going to come later. It's coming. It's going to come. Teachers going to come. Give me the jobs. Let me learn this. Because if I stick around long enough, whatever's there, I'm going to have it. Show me what I need to do. Because I want to be built up from, I'm coming as a babe. I want to know every little thing. Give me the little stuff. Everybody running for the big stuff. Give me the small stuff. Why you think I was a cameraman, centennial, side pole? I wanted little stuff. It ain't no brag. I guess sometimes when people hear you talk about yourself, sometimes people are thinking that you bragging. It ain't no bragging. But if what I'm saying is a lie, you can take and check my track record. Right? I don't care what it have to do to get the job done. Guess what? As a leader, guess what happens? You go on a feast day, you got all white on. Guess what? Get on the damn grill. Who gives a damn about these goddamn clothes? Because when we thinking so much, oh man, I ain't finna get on there, man. I got all these fresh and clean clothes. Brother, you don't want it. You don't want that next level. You don't want the next level of understanding. You don't want that. A person can't control their appetite to the point. Guess what? In this truth, you don't want the next level. You don't want that. Guess what? Everything else so much more important than with the Lord. Guess what, man? No matter how you got to do to get yourself into the better frame of mind, you better choose the Lord first. You better seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. This is not no swift race. It's so many people came into this truth and then I'm burnt out quick. Right? Cool. Come on, man. This ain't that. Right? Cool. Let's read it, Doc.
That the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong.
So the battle is not for the strong. Read.
Neither yet bread to the wise.
And it's not bread, meaning understanding to the wise. Read.
Nor yet riches to men of understanding.
Right? And read on.
nor yet favor to men of skill.
So this is not yet for all these things, right? This race ain't for none of this, right? Read.
But time and chance happeneth to them all.
Because what? That person had put himself in a position to be at the right place, to get the honor and to get the glory. You have to be in this truth. If you're not putting yourself in positions to be built up, to be given, thus said the Lord, guess what? You can be soon drawn back. Why do you think the Lord said every wine bottle will be filled? So when the Lord get ready to fill the wine bottles up, and it's the season to fill the wine bottles up, and you still got a half a bottle of wine left of old man that you didn't kill off, and the Lord trying to pour this wine, this new wine in there, what you think's gonna happen? It's gonna bust. Well, better pay attention, man. The Lord ain't no joke, right? But read it. Verse 12.
For man also knoweth not his time.
Because guess what? You don't know when your time is coming. Just don't know, man. Right? You don't know when your time is coming. But guess what we like to do? Think we got it all figured out. You don't know when your time is coming. Meaning what? You don't know when the Lord is going to be filling these wine bottles up. You don't know when the Lord is going to be renewing the spirit on brothers. That's why, guess what? When the Lord said don't do nothing without counsel, when the Lord give us counsel that we must take, guess what? Brothers got to take the counsel cheerfully, man. So if I get counsel from brothers, right? Guess what my main thing that I do? You can't get counsel and not be patient to see where it goes. Because some people get counsel and they's like, damn the counsel. Damn. What are we in the truth for? For nothing? Right?
God.
What are we in the truth for? We in the truth for nothing? Come on, man. We got to start thinking. Right? When you get counsel, guess what? Be patient enough to get time to see where it's going to go. Right? Let's read.
Verse 12 from the top. For man also knoweth not his time.
The man don't know when his time. Watch this, read.
As the fishes that are taken in an evil net.
You see how the fish, they swimming around. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, here come a net. Whoop! And pick up all the fish. Yeah. Why do you think it pick up all the fish? Because this fish is following this fish, and they following that fish, and following this fish, and all of them get swapped into an evil net, and they all get drawn away. Yeah. Well, it's better pay attention to this, man. Right? Read it.
And as the birds that are caught in the snare.
Like a bird is caught in the snare, right? In a trap, read.
So are the sons of men snared in an evil time.
Right, because the Lord said this is an evil time. We snared in these evil times. You don't know when that spirit can pull you. You could be snared in that evil time. That's what the Lord is trying to giving us to get understanding, man. Read it.
When it falleth suddenly upon them.
Because guess what? These spirits can fall suddenly upon a brother. When a jumping or a leaping spirit can fall suddenly, think about this. If I'm already dealing with something, myself, and I get around another brother, and he dealing with something, right? Or if I get around another sister and she dealing with something, if I'm not mentally prepared, if I'm not thinking to reverence the Lord or to stay in the right spirit dealing with these people, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to have to fight off the spirit that they got on them. Watch this, read.
Verse 13. Mm-hmm. This wisdom have I seen also under the sun.
So now it's going to show you some wisdom that he's seen up under the sun. This is Solomon. Finna give us some wisdom through a parable. Watch this, read it.
And it seemed great unto me.
And it seemed great unto him, read.
There was a little city and a few men within it.
It was a little city. This is a parable that he bringing out. And he said it was a little city. It was a few men within the city, right? Read it.
God, and there came a great king against it.
So now there's a great king coming against this city. Read.
And besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it.
Right? Because guess what? Meaning he set up traps and snares for this city. Mm-hmm. Meaning some of these spirits, to help you brothers out how he's going into, some of these spirits, they set up, guess what? You might be sitting up here humble You might be the little city that's sitting up there humble, and somebody come with a great spirit, and they trying to pull you in.
Yeah.
But guess what? Watch it. Read it.
Now there was found in it a poor wise man.
A poor wise man in this little city, right? Read.
And he, by his wisdom, delivered the city.
You see this? No matter how big the spirit that comes around you, right? It says, this little city got besieged by this king. It built up all kind of stuff around this city, right? To try to take over this city. But with the little spirit that man has, the wise spirit that this man has on him, guess what? This man delivered that city, man. Why? Why did the man deliver that spirit? Because he was wise enough, guess what? Not to fall into those snares and traps, man. Read it.
Yet no man remembered that same poor man.
But guess what? When you do good, who's there to say, congratulations, Ehud, you did real good? Nobody remember that. People only remember, guess what, when you going off. Nobody remember the man. Right? We got to think about this, right? Read.
Then said I, wisdom is better than strength.
So the Lord, get what? Solomon saying wisdom is better than strength. All the mighty stuff that he built around the city didn't mean nothing because the wise man did let you know wisdom is better than strength. Right? Read.
Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard.
Right? He said, look, the poor man's wisdom is despised. But guess what? The poor man's wisdom is despised, but who hears the poor man?
Let me get your blue.
Who hears the poor man?
The water.
Right? The Lord hears the poor man's prayers.
What's that precept where it said everybody listen to the rich man, but they don't listen to the poor man?
It's in Ecclesiastes.
It's a lot.
Right? Watch it. Read on.
16 from the top. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength.
Read.
Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard.
And his words are not heard. Read.
The words of wise men are heard in quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools.
Man, hold on. I need brothers and sisters. I need brothers and sisters to pay attention to verse 17. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 17.
17 from the top.
And you sisters, and you brothers, the wise brothers and wise sisters, I need y'all to be paying attention to this, man. Read it.
17 from the top. The words of wise men are heard in quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools.
It said the word of a wise man are heard in quiet. Damn, how can a word be heard in quiet? Right? How can a word be heard in quiet? Brothers got to know when to hold their peace. Because some people don't know. Oh, I got the answers. I could be the one, I'm the one that can, I got this, Come on, man. Come on, man. This is the reason why. The wise man, they know when to hold their peace. Right? The people that's wise. Right? We're gonna deal with that rich man, man. And we're gonna deal with that, poor man in a minute. We're gonna deal with that. Watch this, read.
Verse 18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war.
Wisdom is better than weapons of war. Guess what? Us damn battle axes, guess what? We trying to get this wisdom. Because we know we the weapons of war, but the Lord said that wisdom better than that.
Hallelujah.
Read.
But one sinner destroyeth much good.
It says one sinner destroys much good, man. One sinner. It don't take number one. What you think happened when Joshua, in the time of Joshua, and he stole this stuff and put it up on his tent. What you think happened, man? The Lord did.
Oh, you talking about a con?
Come on, man.
Con, yeah. His whole family got stoned and burnt to death.
Not guess what? Not just him. His whole family. His workers.
Everybody.
Everybody that was associate. Everybody that was associate to him.
God.
Why? Because guess what? When a person goes into sin, and when a person goes into folly,
God.
you don't be the one to get around them. Because if you go around the person that gets into that folly, you see what happened. Everybody can go with them. Everybody can go with them. Right?
Kind of like when Yahweh told him to destroy the Edomites and he left some. He said get them all out of there.
He said get them all. Watch this.
Yeah.
Go to Sirach chapter 44, man.
God.
Right? Sirach chapter 44. Start at verse 8.
The book of Sirach, chapter 44 and verse 8. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praises might be reported.
So guess what? It says some people that has a name, right? And they name be recorded, man. You know, you'll hear about the Hezekiahs, King David, Solomon. And some people, guess what? In the scriptures, guess what? We can go back and we can reference these things because these great men, right? But watch this read, though.
And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished.
Read.
As though they never have been.
Just like this man right here, that wise man in this little city. He's the same thing. Like, guess what? He didn't have a great memorial like King David. He didn't have a great memorial like Solomon. Guess what? His name perishes like if he wasn't even there. But guess what? You think the Lord forgot about this man? Watch this read.
And there become as though they never have been born. And their children after them.
And even the children after them, right? Because they don't talk about the lineage of the poor man, the poor wise man. Watch this, but read.
Verse 10. But these were merciful men.
But the Lord called them merciful, though, man. Read.
Whose righteousness have not been forgotten.
So the Lord said he ain't gonna forget their righteousness. Even as men, you ain't got to know the righteous. The Lord knows. That's the only thing that matters, right? That the Lord ain't forgot this man. Guess what? We read in Ecclesiastes. Guess what? They didn't even want to hear his words. This man saved the city from being besieged, man. Right? He ain't got this great big plaque thing in the scripture showing how the man, he got his name plastered on front. No. But the Lord ain't forgot this man. The Lord called this man merciful men, man. Right? The Lord said he ain't forgot these men, man. Right? Read.
Verse 11. With their seed shall continually remain a good inheritance.
Right? So guess what? Not just that man. The Lord said, I'm going to put a good inheritance around here because of this man, because of the things this man doing. The Lord said, it's a merciful man, man. Like, read.
And their children are within the covenant.
Right? That means they keeping the laws. Read.
Their seed standeth fast, and their children for their sakes.
For their sakes. You see how that you want to, you got to leave the blessing behind, man. Right? Our days ain't nothing but few on this earth, man. We got to be able to learn how to put our just weight in just battles, man. Right? We got to learn to start thinking about these things, man.
Can I add a precept?
No, I got too much, man.
All right, no problem.
Right? Watch this, man. Go to 2 Corinthians. Chapter 11. Second Corinthians chapter 11. Watch this. Start at verse 12.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 12. But what I do, that I will do, that I may cut off occasion from them which desire occasion.
So guess what? It said, what I do, that I will do, that I may cut off somebody that was of occasion. Meaning what? They needed somebody to be there for them. What can I do to be there for somebody that need me to be there for them? What can I do to be there for somebody that need me to be there for them? Right? Watch this read.
that wherein they glory.
That were in they glory. Think about this person. This is not talking about a person that was a sinner. This talking about a person that was in their glory, right? Read.
They may be found even as we.
Said they should be found as we, meaning what? They was keeping the commandments too,
God.
right? Watch this, read.
Verse 13. For such are false apostles.
Damn. Some of these people be as what? False apostles, right? Read.
Deceitful workers.
And then some people be deceitful workers, read.
Transforming themselves into apostles of Christ.
Because some people thinking in their own vain opinion, in their own lives, that they can be spokesmen for Christ. Thinking that you are the one. You the spokesman. He's speaking only through you, huh? The Lord just speaking only through you, man.
Okay.
These are the same men that will set Satan up on them because they don't know Satan is pretty much the Lord of the flesh. They'll let a satanic spirit get on them, and they'll let they'll let Satan lead them aright. Right? Meaning what? In Genesis chapter 4, how it tells us how Satan would have dominion over you. Meaning what? When you have a dominion, meaning what?
Complete control.
Control. Right? Because if Satan put enough demons in you, he can reprobate you. Go to Psalms 109 right quick.
God.
Start at verse 4.
The book of Psalms, chapter 109, verse 4. For my love, they are my adversaries.
For my love, they are my adversaries, right? Read.
But I give myself unto prayer.
This is what we should be doing. Instead of going for these spirits, give yourself over to prayer for these people, man. For our brothers and sisters. This is what we should be doing. Give ourselves over to prayer for us, man.
God.
Right? Read.
Verse 5. And they have rewarded me evil for good,
Uh-huh.
and hatred for my love.
Right? This is talking about the heathens, but guess what? Sometimes we have the spirits on us as heathens, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And guess what? They reward you evil for your good and hatred for your love.
Yeah.
Because your love is keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments. And guess what? And you trying to give them that love, and they'll hate you for that. Right? To try to put them on the right path.
Yeah.
Watch how verse 6 reads it.
Verse 6. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand.
You see that? That's tough. When you because when they do that, guess what happens? When you give into them spirits, guess what? You're going to see Satan over you, and you'll let Satan be as your right hand.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Groping at noonday.
You'll be, like I was saying, groping at damn noonday, man. As the blind. Smitten with madness, right? Let's go back to 2 Corinthians, man. Chapter 11. We'll read verse 13. We're going to read down.
You say go back to
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 13.
Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
For such are false apostles.
Right, so such became false apostles, read.
Deceitful workers.
Deceitful workers, read.
Transforming themselves into apostles of Hamashiach.
Right, read on.
And no marvel.
Said, don't marvel this. Don't think this is a strange thing. Don't act like this is something different. Read.
For Satan himself transformed into an angel of light.
Why do you think Satan can transform himself into an angel of light? What's the only way Satan can transform himself into an angel of light?
Deception.
No, deception is not light. Give me some. How can Satan transform himself into an angel of light? I'm asking brothers and sisters in the chat too. How can Satan transform himself into an angel of light?
By using the
That's it. I want to see what they say. How can Satan transform himself into an angel of light? Power. It's too broad. I need to bring it in. How can Satan transform himself to an angel of light? Make it plain, Abraham. By appearing to be something good, by deception, changing in the image of Christ. Nuh-uh. Y'all thinking too broad. You know how Satan became. What is the light, brothers and sisters? Just what that is. What's the light? No deceit. Deceit is not light. Smooth things is not light. Think about what the light. He said Satan is transformed into an angel of light, not deception. Not speaking smooth things. Not the image of Christ. By the laws. Ezra got it. The laws. That's how he transformed himself into an angel of light. By telling the laws. By what? Sometimes these devils, get what they got to do. They got to tell you some truth, right? In order to pull you in. They got to tell you some truth. Him speaking the laws, these are the things, like, let's rest. Exactly. Now, brothers should know what I'm going, brothers should know what the next precept I'm going to. This is how we know Satan can transform into an angel of light. Matthew chapter 4. This is the perfect example of Satan transforming himself into an angel of light. Right? This is the perfect example that Satan. This is Satan transforming himself into an angel of light. Right? Start from the top.
The book of Matthew, chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
Right, so he was led up to he was led up in the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Right, read.
And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights.
So Christ fasted 40 days, 40 nights. Read.
He was afterward and hungry.
And he was hungry. Read.
And when the tempter came to him, he said, "If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread."
Right, read.
But he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God."
So guess what? He's saying to Christ, if you Christ, turn these stones into bread. How would he know that? Without him knowing the scriptures, how would he know that? That's why Christ was eating them up, showing them like, look, you think you know the scriptures? We're going to see if you know the scriptures, right? Read it.
Verse 5. Then the devil taketh him up unto a holy city, and sitteth him on a pinnacle of the temple.
That's Jerusalem. Read.
And saith unto him, "If thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written."
You see, this is Satan transforming himself into an angel of light. He's going to quote scriptures. If he was Satan, that means he's how can he quote scriptures? This is literally Satan getting himself into the frame, showing you that. And guess what? Satan know precepts too.
God.
Don't think that Satan don't know precepts. He know precepts too.
God.
Right? Read.
He shall give his angels charge concerning thee.
Read.
And in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dashest thy foot against a stone.
Man, look here, man. This dang on Satan, man, quoted a whole damn precept to Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. He quoted Psalms 91 to him, man. Right? Read.
Verse 7. Yahweh Shai said unto him, "It is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God."
Right? So how did Christ combat him? Did he go with his own words, or did he go with the Lord's words?
Went straight to the law.
He went straight to the Lord's words, man. You know, because guess what? Christ knew. Guess what? Even when you dealing with a high ranked spirit, guess what? You can't talk your way out of this. Christ knew he couldn't talk his way out of this. You're going to have to use the Lord's word to be able to combat that spirit. You can't talk your way out of this with some of these spirits. right? Some of these spirits, you can't talk your way out of this. That's why sometimes you need to go learn people, right? Sometimes you need to go guess what? If you know that spirit is too strong for you, you better go get some help, man. Or bid them fair world to try to get away, because some of these spirits be strong as hell on brothers and sisters, man.
Sure.
Right? Let's go back to 2 Corinthians chapter 11, man. Christ didn't need no help, but guess what? Sometimes we need the help. Hey, man, this spirit, hey. What you think the captains do? Man, if a brother have a strong-ass spirit, get what? Hey, I'll get on the phone. Hey, call another bro, get him on the phone. Call another bro, get him on the phone. Guess what? We would mess around. And guess what? Not just that, call captains, officers, and soldiers on the phone on brothers sometime. That's true. This is a true statement. Right? This is a true statement. Right? But read. Verse 14. We're going to read down.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself transformed into an angel of light.
He says Satan transformed himself. Meaning what? He came with the scriptures too. Because guess what Satan knew? Satan knew precepts too. How in the hell you think he gonna sit up and have a conversation with Christ and he don't know nothing? Right?
To the laws was written on his heart, because he had to be obedient to the Lord.
No, it's too much.
Yeah, I know it's too much.
Too much.
About that.
I told you, hold it.
No.
Read on.
Verse 15. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness.
Hold on. This is why we say Satan knew the law. Satan knew scriptures. Think about this. I want brothers and sisters to meditate on this thing. Did not Christ give the disciples, including Judas, healing powers? Did he not give it to all the disciples? Judas got it too. You got to think about it. Judas got the same powers that Peter had. Judas had the same powers that John had. Right? Verse 15, huh?
Verse 15 from the top. Therefore, it is no great thing if his minister also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness.
It's no great thing that Satan can teach his workers the Bible too. So they can know. They call Satan ministers the minister of righteousness. That's tough, right? Read it.
Whose end shall be according to their works.
So guess what? No matter what, they can do all they want to, but their end's gonna be according to their works, man. Matthew chapter 10, man, verse 1. Their end's gonna be according to their works, man.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 1. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples.
His 12 disciples, read.
He gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out, and to heal all manners of sickness and all manners of disease.
So guess what? Christ gave all his 12 power against unclean spirits. So thinking about Judas, brothers and sisters, think about this. Judas had the power to overcome the unclean spirit. Why then did he let the unclean spirit take control of him? He had the power to guess what? Christ knew how to defeat him. Why Judas didn't defeat him? Right? Read.
To cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
They had the power to heal all. It said to heal all manner of sickness. and the unclean, to cast out unclean spirits and all manner of diseases. Man, just think about the power that the Lord literally gave them, man. Even Judas, watch that, read on.
Verse 2. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these. The first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother.
Right, read.
Philip and Bartholomew.
Read.
Thomas and Matthew, the publican.
Matthew the publican, read.
James, the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus.
Thaddeus, read.
Simon, the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him.
Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him, man. Right? They saying Judas, who betrayed him, the Lord gave him the same thing. That's why they had the power, man. That's why they had the power to do that, because Christ allowed it. Right? You got to start thinking how the Lord allows these things, man. Right? This is a heavy topic, man, to even trying to kind of deal with, man. Right? Why you think the Lord tell us not to wrestle against flesh and blood, man? Right? The great works that the Lord said he put on us, man. We supposed to be teaching with authority, man. Authority not over just the Lord and over brothers and sisters, but authority over those unclean spirits. What you think what Christ did in the synagogues, man? Go to Mark chapter 1. Mark chapter 1 and verse. Let's see. Mark chapter 1. Verse 21. That's what I want.
The book of St. Mark, chapter 1, verse 21. And they went into Capernaum, and straightway on the Sabbath day he entered into the synagogue and taught.
Right, read on.
And they were astonished at his doctrine.
Because guess what? They was astonished at Christ's doctrine, man. Right, read.
For he taught them as one that had authority, and not as the scribes.
Because the scribes was doing what? They were speaking these smooth words, brothers, man. Right? These are people these people, man, Christ had to teach with authority. Why? Because these people was transforming, guess what, into an angel of light, man. Right? Christ had to, guess what? Christ spoke with authority, man. Read on.
Verse 23. And there was in their synagogue a man with an unclean spirit.
And guess what? Read.
And he cried out.
And he cried out, saying what?
Saying, let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Yahushua of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee, who thou art, the Holy One of the Most High.
So guess what? Looking at how Christ is, Christ seen the spirit on this man, man. And get what the spirit hollered out at this man. Dang. Leave us alone.
Demons tremble.
Right? They want Christ to leave them alone. Man, it's mighty funny, man. This is how it go.
Good.
I'm gonna show y'all how these spirits work. For brother and sister, say for instance, a brother and sister, they leave. I'm just giving an example. This ain't gotta be for just this congregation. If a brother and sister leave any congregation, guess what people do? They call the members. They don't call the captains. They don't call leadership. They're going to always call somebody that they not going to call leadership at all. Because they trying to see who they can pull. They might not think that they're doing it. Or they might not think that this is happening like that. Okay, let me speak on it. Damn, I was with another camp before too. I was with one body. Ask Jephthah. At one body, ask Jephthah. Maccabees left from one body. I left from one body. And Captain Benaniyah left from one body. All three of us left for one body. Ask Jephthah, could he name one time did any one of us brothers try to pull anybody out of that congregation? When we left, we stopped taking their phone calls. Guess what? Ask Jephthah, at any time, did we call any one of them brothers and sisters over there? Ask Jephthah, at any time, did all of us get together? Did me, Maccabees, and Benaniyah get together and we all left together? No, it did not happen that way. I left first. Later on that day, I hadn't even talked to Maccabees. Later on that day, Maccabees left. Later on that week, Benaniyah left. Come on, man. We didn't leave together. But the Lord put us together, though. Right? We didn't leave together. I didn't grow up with Benaniyah. I didn't grow up with Maccabees. Right? I didn't grow up with Yari. But the Lord put us together. All praise to the Most High. Because guess what? We understood the assignment. I wanted to make sure my heart was right before I dealt with any damn body, man.
Good.
Right? And just like the rest of them, just like the other captains, they wanted to make sure their heart was right too. Because if you don't agree with what's going on, guess what? It's only one way to do. Guess what? When I didn't agree with what the things that was going on there, guess what I did? I didn't stick around to try to see who the hell I could pull out of the congregation or to try to sow a discourse among brothers. I never did this, and guess what? And you can't name a captain that we got that did it. Right?
Good.
These are facts. This is no bull crap. These are facts. Right? So when you're going to deal with the Lord, guess what? 10 plus years, this is how this happening. Right? We really serving the Lord for real. It ain't no joke for us though. And some people think it's a joke. Right? So when them spirits see you, guess what? You should be that spirit that's gonna rebuke them sharply. Just like this spirit, they cried out against Christ.
Good.
Say, dang, you the Holy One of God. What you trying to do, come to destroy us? Yeah, we come to destroy that damn spirit in you. Right? Watch it, read on, right?
Verse 25. Yahweh shall rebuke him, saying, hold thy peace and come out of him.
So guess what? Christ told them, he said, man, hold your peace, come out of him. Right? Read it.
And when the unclean spirit had torn him and cried with a loud voice, he came out of him.
Right, read.
And they were all amazed, insomuch that they questioned among themselves, saying, what thing is this? What new doctrine is this? Right, because guess what? A lot of time when brothers and sisters, they hear somebody speaking with authority. And guess what? Just like with the camp here. Like, damn. Why y'all telling the brother this? Or why y'all saying this? Or why can you say this about a sister? Or why can you say this about this and this? Guess what, man? If I sin, that was my sin. If you sin, that's your sin. Right? If I hurt somebody, that's me hurting somebody, man. Right? We don't make no rules, man. Right? The Lord made the rules. But when we enforce the rules, don't get upset because we enforcing rules that the Lord did already. Because if we say something, we got to then come find it in the scriptures. Why would you even say something out of your mouth when you have no proof of where you can go do that at? Show me in the scripture where they did that at. Well, we showed you in the scriptures where they did that at. Right? This is how when a person smitten with madness gets what they don't even know they smitten with madness. It didn't say that the Lord smite thee with madness and you know that you smite with, no, you don't even know you smitten with madness. God.
You don't even know that. Right?
God.
Because if you would have knew that and you would have repented, guess what? You could have got out of that thing. Right? Read that.
For with authority commanded he even the unclean spirit. And they do obey him.
And they obeyed him. Read.
And immediately his fame spread abroad throughout all the region, round about Galilee.
Right, so that's the reason why we got to stop playing the games, man. We got to make things plain, man. Right, we trying to get things back on track, trying to get things back in order. Because we do know, man, we got major high holy days coming up, man. 2 more weeks, we got Memorial blowing of trumpet, man. 7th month of the year, man. 10 days after that, we got what? Day of Atonement. Day of Atonement is less than a month away, man.
God.
Right? We got to start making sure that we keep ourselves in the right manner because Day of Atonement is a real thing.
God.
Right? It's a real thing, man. It's definitely is a real thing. That's why they can see Christ speaking with authority, man. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6, man. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.
Right?
And in the power of his might.
So the Lord said, strong in the Lord and be powerful, be had a power in his might. Read.
Put on the whole armor of God.
This is what we supposed to be doing, putting on the whole armor. Not half of it, the whole armor. Read.
That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Yeah, because guess what? This is what Satan doing. He said that we should be able to stand within the wiles of the devil, man. Read.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world.
Of this world, read.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right, read on.
13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God.
So the Lord said, take unto us the whole armor of God. So like, read verse 12 again.
Verse 12 from the top. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Read on.
But against principalities.
But against principalities, read.
Against powers. Against the rulers of darkness of this world.
Of this world, read.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Because this is the thing that brothers and sisters be dealing with, man. We got to be dealing with these things, man. Mm-hmm. Go to Hebrews right quick, chapter 2, man. Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 2, verse 1. Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should let them slip.
So, it said, for what we at?
2 and 1 of Hebrews.
That's a good precept, but I didn't want to read them. It's 2 and 14. Mm-hmm. It says, we said, therefore, we ought to give more earnest heed to the things which ye have heard. What did you hear?
The law.
The laws, mm-hmm. The statutes, the commandments, the storylines, right? Right? Jump down to verse 14.
Verse 14. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood.
So guess what? The Lord said we are partakers of flesh and blood. Read.
He also himself likewise took part of the same.
Right, read.
And that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death.
Which is what?
That is the devil.
That's the devil, man. Mm-hmm. That's the devil that's gonna put you into that light or into that darkness, man.
God.
Right? That's straight Satan that's gonna put you into that darkness, man.
God.
Right? And this is what we're trying to fight against, man. Right? That's why the Lord called Satan a serpent, man. And what did the serpent do? Watch this. Watch this. Go to Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9 right quick.
The book of Revelation chapter 2 verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Salaki, Revelation chapter 12, verse 9.
The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent.
That old serpent, what? Read on.
Called the devil.
Which is called the devil, man. Right? These same things they have the same wickedness. This is what the Hebrews chapter 2 and verse 14 was breaking down, man. He had the power of death, which was devil, which that was the devil. Did what? Was the same thing that was in the garden with Eve, that beguiled her. Right? Read.
And Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, he was cast out into the earth.
Right.
And his angels were cast out with him.
So this is the thing, when we reading this is how Christianity, that's how they'll break it down. I mean, Satan is an angel fell from earth. Right? Watch this. Go to Luke. Go what I want. Luke chapter 10. Luke chapter 10. And watch this. This the precept. Luke chapter 10, verse 18.
For that revelation going on?
Yep. 18 and 19.
The book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 18. And he said unto them,
What do you say?
I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
So he said he beheld Satan like a lightning fell from heaven, right? Same thing we was reading in Revelations, right? Read.
Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions.
Ain't this the same thing what he called Satan? He called Satan a serpent, man, right? Read.
And over all the power of the enemy. And nothing shall by any means hurt you.
So guess what, man? If the Lord said, guess what? He gave you the power over them. When you see people working in a certain manner, then what the hell you think we supposed to be doing? Right? We supposed this is something that's supposed to be happening. We supposed to be thus saying the Lord our people, man. Right? We supposed to be thus saying the Lord to our people. Right? We got the power to do it. The Lord gave us the power, man. Right? Go to Zechariah chapter 4. All right. Zechariah chapter 4 and verse 5.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 4, verse 5. Then the angel that talked with me answered and said unto me,
What do you say?
Knowest thou not what these be? And I said, No, my Lord. Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of the Lord unto Jerubbaal.
So this is the word of the Lord unto Jerubbaal, saying what?
Saying, not by might, nor by power.
Not by might or not power, read.
But my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts.
So guess what? The Lord said his spirit, man. This is how we cast these demons out, man. Putting on the arm of the Lord, man. Giving our people, thus said the Lord. This is how we cast these things out, man. Right? This is how we truly cast these things out, man. Right? And this is how we putting on that armor. Right? We putting on, thus said the Lord, man. Right? We need to be that light that we're going to help our people out, man. And there ain't nothing wrong with helping our people out, man. Our people got to want to have the help, too. Right? Our people got to want to have that help, man. Go to Nahum chapter 1 and verse 7. Nahum chapter 1 and verse 7, man.
The book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 7. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble.
Right, read.
And he knoweth them that trust in him.
So guess what? He said the Lord is good. Right? He said he's a stronghold in the day of trouble, right? So that stronghold you got in the day of your trouble, that stronghold that you're going through, who doing it to you? Yeah. That stronghold that you're going through, who doing it to you? It's the Lord, man. Right? Because some people make decisions, bad decisions. It be decision after decision, making the wrong decision, man. That's when you heap up on yourself sin to sin, man. Right? He said, but the Lord know who trusted him. Right? He know who trusted him, man. That's heavy to know. The Lord said he know who trusted him. Right? He do. And we thankful for that, man, that the Lord know who trusts him, man.
God.
Right? Because sometimes people don't know. The people don't know that, man. But you got to be the one that trusted the Lord, man. Right? And be thankful that the Lord do trust you, man. Right? Go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Watch this. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. And start verse verse 14. This is pretty heavy, man. Talking about Christ, man.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts.
So this is Christ. Christ is made to reprove our thoughts. Meaning what? He's going to be making the intercession between us and the Most High. This is what the Lord made us to. He made Christ to reprove our thoughts, man. Right? Read.
Verse 15. He is grievous unto us even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion.
So he said his life is not like other men. His ways of another fashion. Meaning what? He is, what we just read in Nahum, the Lord is good. He's a stronghold in the day of trouble. Right? That's why the Lord said his life, he's not like other men. You cannot compare Christ to another dang on man.
God.
Right? Who can you compare Christ to? Nobody. All right, read it.
Verse 16. We are esteemed of him as counterfeits.
So the Lord said, he said, we are esteemed of him as counterfeits. Meaning what? It's many people like him, but it's only one real one.
God.
All right, read it.
He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness.
Right, read.
He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed.
Right, read.
He maketh his boast that God is his father.
So that let you know who he's talking about plain.
Christian Carter.
That let you know who he's talking about plain. That Christ is what? He make it boast that God is his father. What the only man could do that? Right? Read.
Verse 17. Let us see if his words be true.
So guess what? If anybody got a problem, go to the Bible. See if the word of God is true or false. Right? See if it's true or false. Right? Read.
And let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
Right? So let us prove what's going to happen in the end of him. Because he say he's going to die for our sin.
God.
Let's see how far he going to go with it. Read.
For to just man be the son of God.
Mm-hmm.
He will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemy.
Right? How did he deliver him from the hands of his enemy? By the word of God.
God.
Right? Read.
Verse 19. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture.
And so, what you think happened? This giving a future prophecy.
God.
We examine him with what?
Dang, well, that's serious.
With despitefulness and torture. Right? This is giving reference of what's happening in the last days, man.
God.
Read.
That we may know his meekness and prove his patience.
That we make, you see this? This is why Christ had came to tuck these stripes. This is Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 8. This is the precept for that, man. Guess what? He said, that's why the Lord said he well pleased with them. Because guess what? We examine, meaning that our people despited Christ and they tortured Christ. They let the heathens do that.
God.
Right? Read it.
Verse 20. Let us condemn him with a shameful death.
So guess what? He was condemned with a shameful death. Right? Read.
For by his own saying he shall be respected.
Guess what? By Christ's own saying, he telling them, look, you ain't got to respect me now, but you will respect me. If we thinking as Christ thinking, guess what? Every word that brothers have to proceed, or decision that leaders or camps have to make, prove us. See if the word gonna be accepted. You ain't got to do nothing but give it time. What the good is having counsel if you don't give the counsel time to see if it's gonna work? Yeah. Because why do you think the prophets was known prophets? They gave the prophecy, and guess what the people had to do? You had to sit back to see, damn, it did come to pass. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, it don't mean nothing like that no more. We got to start examining, man.
Teach y'all.
Read. Verse 21.
Verse 21. Such things they did imagine. They did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them.
And their own wickedness blinded them. Mm-hmm. Right?
As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not.
So guess what? This is how a person be smitten with damn madness, man. Mm-hmm. When things is written in the Bible, and we making reference of the things that's written in the Bible, or the things that we supposed to be doing, guess what? And we can go in the scriptures and prove all these things. Guess what? The mystery, and you don't understand that the mystery of the Bible is written a certain way, and you don't understand the deeper meaning of scriptures. Guess what? You have to be told by learned men. And when he learned men give you the understanding, you got to sit back and see if it's true. Or examine or study it and see if it's true. Right? Read that again, huh?
Verse 21 from the top. Such things they did imagine.
So such things. What things are they talking about? Despising and torturing Christ, condemning Christ shamefully. Right? How do we do this when we crucify Christ afresh, meaning what? We don't listen what the scripture tell us. And we don't, guess what? The scripture tell us, guess what? To do nothing without counsel. The scripture tell us, guess what? Hey, one counsel of 1,000. The scripture tell us what? Guess what? Learn by learned men. All these things concerning scriptures, then when the learned men or the counselors give you something, then all of a sudden, you don't listen. Come on, man. We got to start thinking about these things, man. Let's really start thinking. If you in the truth for the truth, or you in the truth just to hear some new thing. All right, read.
Verse 21 from the top. Such things they did imagine.
Such thing they did imagine, read.
And were deceived.
And were deceived, read.
For their own wickedness.
For their own wickedness.
Have blinded them.
And blinded them. That's why it's plain unto the holy, and it's a stumbling block to the wicked. Because their own wickedness blinded them. Right? Read.
Verse 22. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not.
It says, for the mystery of God, this is how the Bible being closed up to them. They don't know it. The Lord started closing the Bible up to them because they don't know it. Right? Because their own vain ways got them that way. It ain't the Lord, their ways got them that way. And that's why we got to tell brothers, so don't get pulled into that snare, that trap, man. Read.
Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls.
So, God dang it, boy. Read that again, huh?
Verse 22 from the top. As for the mysteries of God,
right?
They knew them not.
They don't know it. Read.
Neither hope they for the wages of righteousness.
So they can't even hope for the wages of the righteousness. Read.
Nor discerned a reward for blameless souls.
Because guess what? They can't discern the reward for blameless souls. Why?
Boy,
yeah. You just got to let brothers and sisters meditate on that thing, man. Thank you, brothers and sisters, your brothers and sisters, for tuning in. When y'all like and share the video, man. Help us push this truth around the four corners of the earth, man. Hope brothers and sisters got edified tonight, man. Hey, man. Like we always say, man, you try to tell brothers and sisters, man, hey, keep the commandments and live, man. Scared of the law, man. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31. You know, hope brothers and sisters, man, hey, hope y'all have a good week. Let's stay in the spirit, man. We know the high holy days coming up, man. We know the feast days coming up, man. Hey, man. Hey. It said, man, if a man ways pleasing the Lord, man, it said, hey, to make even his enemies be at peace with him, man. So all praises, man. I guess somebody in the chat maybe, hey, you never know, man. The Lord, hey, gave that favor, man, and let brothers go on teach, man. All praises.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 31.
All right, read.
Regard not them that have familiar
The
spirits,
scripture said, regard not them that has a familiar spirit. Read.
neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them.
Said to be defiled by them. Read.
I am the Lord your God.
So we got to make sure, man, that we ain't giving in to those spirits, man. Right? Y'all, man, thank y'all, brothers and sisters, for tuning in, man. Y'all like and share the video. Y'all help us push the truth around the four corners of the earth. We still take arms, man. We still got to keep the building going. We still got, hey, you say rent, light, all kind of stuff, man. Hey, like I said, we thank y'all, brothers and sisters, for tuning in, man. Hey, we got feast days coming up. Y'all, brothers and sisters, man, that's coming down here for the tabernacle. If y'all can, y'all reach out to the captains, man. And, man, we just try to get this thing cracking, man. And with that, man, we give our honor and praise to the Most High and the Son, Yahushua. We say shalom.
Shalom.